Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Hurricane Irene made her way through Montgomery County over the weekend, leaving trees down, road closures, and hundreds of thousands of people without power. But in all, our region avoided widespread damage from the storm. Susan Kennedy tells us how folks are faring after the storm. Susan?
Well, Lorna, we dodged a bullet over the weekend as Hurricane Irene passed through with no injuries or safety concerns reported. But there were plenty of folks left without power and those who sought shelter as the storm ripped through Montgomery County. Crews were out in full force over the weekend after high winds and heavy rain from Irene brought down power lines and tree limbs.
We had to trim a bunch of trees. There's a lot of branches that took the wire down, so we got to clear that up before we can heat the line back up. Trees is a big factor in their job because they're blowing, they're breaking, and they're always changing. And up there, these people planted the trees, and they're nice, and they just don't think about it getting into the lines. And that's a big hazard.
Initial reports had close to 70,000 residents without power. Most were restored by Monday evening, but for those folks who needed a place to ride out the storm, shelter was provided by the Red Cross at Richard Montgomery High School. Ron Appleton brought his elderly mother to the shelter Saturday night.
They checked us in. They provided coffee, water, snack food, a simple meal. Spent the night. And it was very, very nice. And the Red Cross has just been outstanding.
People are mostly coming here for shelter, for a place to sleep overnight. Been a number of people who have been worried about the safety of staying in their home and felt that this was a better alternative for them.
One of the things we've been doing is we've been supporting the county with one of our representatives over at the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, as well as staffing any shelters that open up. And that's what we're doing right now. We're helping the Red Cross and supporting them by maintaining a presence here at the shelter.
Montgomery County had its support staff out assessing damage and road conditions throughout the day Sunday.
They should be aware of the water, standing water on the roads right now, and low-lying wires or whatever. That's, trees are pushing down a little bit. I've seen a lot of that, but mainly the water, standing water on the roads.
Pepco officials promised to have power restored to all of its customers by the end of the week. But generally speaking, it seemed Irene was mostly an inconvenience and residents were rebounding and in good spirits.
We got a generator, we're running with all the important stuff. Direct TV, cooler for the beer. So they're getting ready to go up there. It's a throttle, piece of pipe looks like, and that's what the fuse is in.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go up and hang it and then close it in. And if we did everything right, it should hold. And then we'll get out of here and go somewhere else. Go home, right? Woo! Ain't no wonder it was 100.
Now, what does that mean? Everything okay?
Yep, everything's good to go.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
During and after the storm, there was a group of county employees that actually stayed overnight in their offices in order to support the county's emergency response. These are the MC311 customer service representatives. They took 1,300 of your calls in order to get residents ready for the storm and assist them the morning after. The phones at the MC311 Call Center started ringing the night of the storm. Most callers wanted to know about emergency preparedness. 15 customer service representatives stayed overnight at their desks responding to non-emergency calls.
We still had a steady stream of calls with regards to trees being down, power outages, and the callers, for the most part, seemed to be pretty pleased with the information that was provided, and the county as well as some of the utility providers were pretty much on top of the requests that were coming in.
MC311 worked closely with the Storm Operations Center and the Emergency Operations Center. They also tracked community needs to determine activation of resources and took customer questions and requests.
We also got many calls once the power started going out for the number to Pepco and how to handle outages, that kind of thing. When trees bring down wires, we got those calls and we referred those as appropriate. We were also getting calls for emergency shelter.
The Sunday after the storm, the most frequent calls were regarding fallen trees or branches. Now, regarding those fallen trees and branches, it took the county a day and a half to clear up all of it. 60 roads were closed with large trees that blocked the right-of-way, and many had power lines in them. When it comes to removal, the county will only pick up the debris that falls in the public right-of-way.
If any debris that finds its way into the county right-of-way is the County Department of Transportation's responsibility to remove. If the debris, however, finds its way onto private property, it's the responsibility of the private property owner to remove the debris. Whether they do that using a contractor or whether they cut it up in 5-foot lengths and bundle it in 40-pound bundles for the Division of Solid Waste to haul away.
Plan Maryland is a master plan for how the state of Maryland should grow in the coming decades. The plan is still in its draft stages. However, Governor Martin O'Malley has said counties that do not follow the plan guidelines for growth will not be funded by the state. This recent announcement has officials concerned that this plan would usurp local planning authority.
I think that the governor, I understand where he wants to go with Plan Maryland, and I understand that the overall concept makes sense, but I think where he runs into trouble is when he basically says to counties that the state would take over the land use authority. We believe we do a great job at the local level, and we want to keep that authority.
The 10th year anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks is fast approaching, and events are already taking place. Recently, 50 Montgomery County firefighters climbed the 110 stories at the North Bethesda Market East Tower, the county's tallest building. They did this to honor the 343 firefighters that died on 9/11. The climb was also a fundraiser for the International Association of Firefighters Burn Foundation.
It was very, very challenging. It was very emotional. It was very, if you will, physically demanding with respect to having all the gear on and having the cylinder on. But again, it doesn't equal, obviously, the pain that was experienced by the firefighters and paramedics that were in the Twin Towers.
Also, to commemorate 9/11, the county and the city of Rockville planned a September 11 community remembrance. The ceremony is planned as a time for tribute to the victims, their families, emergency responders, and members of the military. The ceremony will include an interfaith prayer. The public is invited to attend on Friday, September 9th at 12:30 in the afternoon in the Courthouse Square Park in Rockville. When we come back, we take you to school, the first day of school at MCPS. And police will give you tips precisely on safety for the beginning of the school year.
On Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, we'll tell you about a major groundbreaking event with a company whose choice was Rockville. When County Report This Week continues.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Despite the aftermath of Hurricane Irene, Montgomery County Public Schools successfully started the school year as planned and on time Monday, the 29th of August. Dr. Joshua Starr took over the helm as the new superintendent of our ever-growing school system.
Montgomery County Public Schools opened its doors on the 2011 school year on Monday, August 29th, by welcoming 147,000 students, the most in its history. With an ever-increasing enrollment projected by 2016 to be nearly 155,000 students, MCPS has to increase its capacity for new classroom space. That was today's message delivered by the President of the Board of Education, Christopher Barkley, and the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Joshua Starr.
We will need more classrooms, we'll need more teachers, we'll need more support, and that takes planning and resources.
Our continued investment in our kids, regardless of what might be happening in the economy out there, is a value and a commitment that Montgomery County will continue to show because we know how important our kids are.
To accommodate the increasing enrollment, the school year began with two newly built green schools, Cabin John Middle School and Farmland Elementary School. Also 12 completed major capital projects and classroom additions at 8 schools. County Council President Valerie Irvin pledged her support for the continuation of a strong school system.
Public education is the civil rights struggle of this generation, and so we pledge our support to continue the gains of the past 12 years.
The new school year also featured an expansion of a new integrated curriculum called Curriculum 2.0 that breaks down barriers between subjects and connects essential content.
Just a wonderful opportunity for us to kind of grab the kind of natural style of learning that our kids have, right? Kids don't learn everything separately. Kids experience world in a very integrated way.
And with students back in the classrooms, police want to make sure about school safety. Here's Officer Janelle Smith with some important tips. Officer?
Thank you, Lorna. Yes, as we all know, many Montgomery County schools returned to class this past Monday, August 29th, and the police department would like to take a moment to remind drivers of some school safety measures that will be deployed throughout the school year. First of all, many children will be walking to school, and the police department will be deploying a force of crossing guards, adult crossing guards, as well as student school safety patrols. The purpose of both the adults and the students is to assist school children in safely crossing the street at intersections throughout the school zones. Additionally, the police department also has mobile speed cameras as well as fixed speed cameras to monitor speed throughout school zones. As many children will be walking, many children will also be taking buses, and drivers are reminded that they are required to stop within 20 feet of any bus displaying flashing red lights. The penalty for not stopping can be a $570 fine, as well as 3 points on your driver's license. While these are just a few of the measures that the police department will be taking to ensure student safety, the police would like to remind drivers to generally be aware of their surroundings, to put the safety of school children first and foremost, and to make this a safe school year.
Thank you, Officer Smith, for those very helpful tips.
You're welcome.
Choice Hotel International franchises more than 6,100 hotels in the United States and 30 other countries. A brand new building will now be in Rockville Town Center, serving as the world headquarters for the company. Our Rockville 11 Bridget Breuer was at the ceremony. Bridget?
That's right, I'm standing on the site of the future home of Choice Hotels International. It was an exciting, groundbreaking ceremony here today as representatives from city, county, and state joined together to welcome Choice Hotels International to Rockville Town Center.
1, 2, 3, all right. It's the right place for us, and we should be in Montgomery County and in the state of Maryland, and we're happy that we're going to do that.
President and CEO of Choice Hotels, Steve Joyce, is pleased to now call Rockville home.
We're very excited to be staying in the county and in the state. That's what we wanted to do from the beginning. Everything sort of came together, and I think this day sort of represents what we were all hoping for.
Developer Folger Pratt will build, own, and manage the 130,000 square foot Class A office space located right on Rockville Pike.
It's a wonderful day for Rockville, for Folger Pratt, for the county, and for the state, as we've talked about. This Choice Hotels is a wonderful corporation that's going to come locate here and really enliven this whole area and give a lot of economic strength and benefit. And right now, in the difficult times everybody else is facing, this is an especially neat event. So we're excited about it.
Let me just join my colleagues in, first of all, commending Choice Hotels for making the decision to stay in Montgomery County and to stay in the state of Maryland. Choice Hotels, as many of you know, have 6,000 hotels around the United States and other parts of the world. They could have chosen to go anywhere. They decided to stay here.
And the question has been asked repeatedly in these tough economic times, why in such difficult times are we making such investments? Well, I would simply say that collectively, the state, the county, and the city, we simply made the right choice. And the choice is to have Choice International Hotel stay here in Montgomery County.
We spoke with many of the elected officials on hand at the groundbreaking event.
Oh, I'm very proud. I'm proud that our county is making the kinds of decisions to invest in our community. This doesn't happen by accident. We have to make difficult decisions about how to spend our money. And I hope our nation is watching, because this is what we need to do. We need to invest in our communities, and that's what we've done. And this is an organization that reinvests in our community, and that's what makes it such a win-win.
Can you tell me how important it was to work together with the city and the state to keep Choice Hotels here?
It was very important. I had conversations with Mayor Marcuccio throughout the process. She was a great advocate for this project. The county and the city and the state worked as a team to keep Choice in Montgomery County and to bring them to Rockville.
I think it's wonderful. What a nice day for the city. What a terrific day for the county and the state. Here we have a new installation that's going to make Rockville even more appealing.
We'll continue to follow the progress of the Choice Hotels International construction project. The expected move-in date is spring 2013. For County Report this week, I'm Bridget Breuer.
When we come back, Montgomery College has changed its vision and mission. We'll tell you what that is all about. And we'll listen to some of the popular sounds at Strathmore. We will be right back. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery College celebrated the start of the school year with new students, a new building, and a new mission statement. MCTV's Michael Brown has a story.
Montgomery College kicked off its fall semester this week, welcoming thousands of area students to its 3 campuses. The students will find big changes at the college with the opening of the new Science Center at the Rockville campus. The 4-story, 140,000 square foot building is home to state-of-the-art biology, chemistry, and physics labs. Another change? The college recently unveiled its new mission statement. We empower our students to change their lives, and we enrich the life of our community. We are accountable for our results. A college task force was charged with crafting the new mission with input from the college and external community. The mission, along with new vision and value statements, will serve as the cornerstone of the college's strategic plan. Montgomery College President Dr. Darian Pollard introduced the new mission statement to the faculty and staff at a college-wide meeting.
It is specific, uplifting, and has the added benefit of being 100% true. Moreover, it reflects the amazing complexity and significant responsibility Montgomery College has in the lives of our students and the community that we serve.
More information about Montgomery College's new mission statement can be found at www.montgomerycollege.edu/mission.
It was an evening of summertime strumming as Strathmore welcomed back its highly popular ukulele festival for a 3rd straight year. And our Susan Kennedy was there.
1, 2, 3, go! Swarms of people arrived, ukes in hand, not only for this free outdoor concert, but also to pluck, pick, and strum their way to breaking the Guinness World Book record for the largest ukulele ensemble.
We're getting the whole group here.
Number to beat tonight is 852.
This cute musical instrument brought people from all walks of life together to share in their passion of the uke.
Well, we get together once a week and we learn how to play the uke, and one of them is 94.
Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do.
The Ukulele Festival is the brainchild of Grammy Award-winning musician Kathy Fink. She says it's the love of music that lured this crowd.
I know that the ukulele is popular, but music is popular, and people want to engage in playing. They want to engage in actual music making as opposed to just passive music listening. And I love the fact that Strathmore gave us the opportunity to bring together all these people who want to really play.
Who knew? Ukes are the kind of thing that they sort of live in secret places, like hobbits. But boy, when you put out the call, they come. I think it's the friendliest instrument. It is the most accessible. You don't have to know anything, and you can quickly pick it up. And once you're doing it, everybody smiles. I've never seen anybody frown with a ukulele playing.
So in the end, were there enough of the tiny ukes to achieve this historic task?
Ladies and gentlemen, our current number of ukulele players is 900.
Unfortunately, the Guinness Book of Records was updated recently, and in a festival in Sweden, more than 1,000 ukes beat the number at Strathmore. But for this crowd, a record is not as amazing as the love of one petite instrument that can achieve perfect harmony.
All right, for cat lovers, this is your opportunity to adopt a cute female named Sally. Here's Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and this is Sally. Sally is a very sweet little girl. She's just about 2 years old. She unfortunately was given up because her owners couldn't keep her anymore, but she is just a little love cuddle cat. She likes to snuggle. She likes to sit on laps. She's very playful because she's only 2, and you should just feel her. She is as sleek as a seal. She is just a nice little girl kitty, and she really wants to go home with you. She likes to play. She likes to give kisses and love. You have to come down to the Montgomery County Humane Society and meet Sally because she really wants to get out of her cage. She wants to go home with you. And you know you've been thinking about adopting a cat recently. So now is the time to come down and meet her or another cat just like her. Come meet Sally. Come see all the kitties we have. Visit us on the web at mchumane.org or give us a call at 240-773-5967. You want a cat, you know you do, so come on down and meet them. And please check our website for upcoming events. We are going to have a Bark and Wine. It's a Yappy Hour event that's coming up shortly. Check the website, mchumane.org, for more details.
Coming up, we show you how an adventure club is teaching some youth how to learn English. And next weekend will be filled with music in our county. We'll tell you where those festivals are. Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery County schools frequently partner with nonprofit agencies to add after-school programs for students. One such program is the ESOL Adventure Club, a partnership between the Y and MCPS. Here is MCTV student reporter Sophia Reeves with a look at the program.
What was the motivation for starting the adventure group?
The motivation was to have a safe place for newcomer students so that they could talk about the acculturation process and just becoming a part of their school and of their community, because those are the protective factors that we want to increase so that they are not they are not at risk for, you know, stuff like crime or gang involvement or early pregnancy or dropout.
How do you go about meeting your goals and objectives?
Well, we have weekly meetings at school. Once a month we have field trips, either outdoor adventure field trips, or we take them to Washington, D.C.
Do you have any success stories from the program that you would like to share with us?
You know, I've seen kids who have no knowledge of English come to group, and I see them really learn the language and excel in school and then graduate.
How vital do you think programs like yours are in helping refugees, immigrants, and repatriated persons?
Well, I think it's really important. I think the newcomer population, especially the teenage population, are overlooked. I think if we nurture these teenagers, the newcomer teenagers, it's really helpful.
I love this program. It's been giving me so much since I joined it. I just couldn't see myself going through high school without this program.
If there was just one thing you'd like the community to know and understand about your program, what would it be?
Given the opportunity, they can excel and work together, irregardless of where they're coming from and their language barriers and their cultural barriers. They can work together and complete their goals.
Well, those morning temperatures are a bit cooler, a sign that fall is approaching. And this is a time to plant bulbs. Let's see which are recommended by our friends at Brookeside Gardens.
Hi, I'm Phil Normandy, Plant Collections Manager here at Brookeside Gardens in Wheaton. Fall for Brookeside does not mean pumpkins. For us, it means bulbs, thousands of them. And here we have 3 types to talk to you about. The three of the most commonly sold types that you are probably familiar with in your own home garden. Probably number 1 seller is tulips. Tulips are these wonderful pointy shaped things that look a lot like a Hershey's Kiss without the wrap. Then we have daffodils. These look a little bit like an onion. And finally, hyacinths, everybody's fragrant favorite. You'll notice that each one of these looks very, very different. And how do you tell which end is correct when you're planting? First of all, the pointy side is always up. Daffodils and hyacinths are deer resistant, very deer resistant. Tulips are not. So if you're living in deer country, tulips may not be something that you're going to want to deal with unless you have a lot of mesh. But tulips and daffodils and hyacinths are the mainstay of the spring display. And you can see plenty of them here next spring at Brookeside Gardens.
For jazz lovers, don't miss the annual Silver Spring Jazz Festival that will take place on Saturday, September 10th at the Veterans Plaza starting at 3:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. Some of the performances include Project Natal, Sheila Ross, La Legenda, and Marcus Johnson. The festival is free and there will be complimentary parking at the garages in Fenton and Cameron Streets. And the music goes on. The day after, on Sunday the 11th, the Tacoma Park Folk Festival will also be in full swing. Enjoy music and dance from around the world on 7 stages.
HD crew, I love you.
On Sunday, September 11th, the 34th annual Tacoma Park Folk Festival will welcome everyone at Tacoma Park Middle School. The festival will run from 10:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. This year's theme is peace and reconciliation since the festival falls on the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy. The festival is an example of the solidarity that glues together the community at Tacoma Park, with over 100 volunteers making sure the visitors have a great experience at the festival.
And both festivals are free to the public. That does it for County Report this week. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.
This fall, MC will begin charging for printing in all learning centers, labs, and libraries. This change will encourage print conservation, support the environment, and save the college money. Visit montgomerycollege.edu/printing for all the details. Last week, MC and Discovery Communications announced a partnership to develop job skills and better prepare students for the workforce. The partnership includes internships, guest lecturers, resume development, and other programs designed to provide students with marketable job skills. MC is looking for student bloggers to share their experiences. Applicants must be enrolled for the fall semester, and selected students will blog about life in MC, with all posts appearing on the college website. Selected applicants will be interviewed by the Office of Communications. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.